Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. Sister Yatira here, the First Lady of Farm Money Network. Instagram, it's been a minute. How are we doing? Because as you all know, well, I don't know if you know, but um, it's been about a month, maybe longer. I have to get the exacts. Whenever my husband last traveled, they blocked me from my Instagram account, but was actually using my Instagram account to connect and like stuff that I was not liking. They told me that my account was could be deleted because of a video that went viral, which was I think it was like a minute long, if that, of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talking about money, right? Peace, sis. How are you? Thank you for joining me today. Thank you all for joining us today, joining the conversation. Wa alaikum salam. I'm a reflection of you. Thank you. Y'all, and I said today, I have to get on here with this message because as I was moving around laying children down for nap time, mind you, I'm like, it's probably going to be, my streams are going to be more and more quick by the day, because I try to get these in, when I can get the babies asleep. Right before I hit live, my he's about to be 3 months. He woke up, Farad, and so I just went and grabbed him. He looks like he's going back to sleep. So everything is working out in our favor. This is a message that had to come out. But that quick video on Instagram that they blocked me for a month, telling me that I can't post things. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even see nothing, no notifications. I couldn't interact on Instagram at all because of this video that got over 120,000 views of the minister just saying, we got money, we just don't have unity. What's the problem? We didn't talk about religion, we didn't talk about race, we didn't talk about politics. These are all the heated conversations that you see people talk about, that people don't talk about politics and don't talk about religion. These things, it wasn't even about that. A 40-second video just saying that we got money. We got trillions of dollars that flows through our community every single year. We're divided, and that's why we don't have power. What's so big deal about that? Well, the big deal, obviously, is that our unity is the most powerful force that we could bring together. This is our power. That is the power. So as I was moving around today and getting my day going, ending class, and like I said, laying babies down for naps, I was thinking, I said, if it ain't about the money, this is something that constantly comes up. People like to say things like, it ain't about the money. And I'm like, you're right. I'm home and I'm homeschooling and I'm loving it. I'm loving these experiments that I get to do with my children on a weekly basis. We're building catapults in here. I brought some demonstrations. My 3-year-old planted two navy beans on Saturday. We've been trying to germinate them bad boys for weeks, and Lord, this is my first time trying to germinate something on purpose, and for some reason I couldn't get it germinated. So finally we got it germinated. Grew these, planted this on Saturday with my 3-year-old, and she has her navy bean plant growing. A little plant maze right here. So I wanted to show that. But as I looked at this thing here, and now don't get me wrong, there's people that get things done even with their 9 to 5. People get things done. But when I thought about me, when I was working full time didn't even put me in the space to desire to sit around and plant something or create things. Over the weekend, we also did a rainbow experiment. My 8-year-old Kamalia, she wanted to do that. She saw it on YouTube under Monica J. Sutton's video. And she said, can we do that? I said, yeah, I got food coloring. We got paper towels. Let's get some mason jars. And we did the water. And all three of them, I had, all of them. The Kamali is 8, Fahima's 3, Wali is 2. Sat them in their chairs. They folded up their paper towels. They had their 2 mason jars. We poured the water in, and they all counted out and dropped their 30 drops of the food coloring in. And just so we could experiment, and it was beautiful. It was cool. The iPhone is amazing, man. I'm beyond sold on the iPhone. That shoot, I market that for free. The iPhone is amazing because just kidding, but it has the camera is called a feature, rather, time lapse. So that you can do something like record. Well, this is what we used it for, the science project with the rainbow water. And so we got to see the water traveling up the paper towels and into the empty glass, the colors, moving as well, and then filling up the glass. It was so cool. It was so cool. So I recorded it. It was like I recorded it for maybe 2 hours. And then so that just creates a 36-second video. It was great. So I did the same thing with the plant maze. This plant, then I'm just going to show you again because I don't want you to understand. This was a dried bean. On Saturday, it just had sprouted, right? So it had some roots. I'm sorry, IG, you're not getting all the love. I'm showing it over here. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. We got to get this message out today, y'all. We talking about if it ain't about the money. I'm getting y'all. Listen, if you've been on any of my streams, you know where we're going with this. So this was just planted on Saturday. It was just a bean with some roots. And then I recorded, I think it was Monday night. I used the time lapse and I recorded, and we saw this plant move. It was down here and it moved and it turned and it was growing. And then it just like popped open and it's growing. And now today it's Wednesday. It was a bean with roots on Saturday. Wow. This has just been such a beautiful experience, an experiment as well. And we are waiting for a drill to get here so we can finish our other plant. We're growing onions. So anyways, that's just to say that I am in the headspace. It's not about the money. It was about that experience. It's about this experience for myself and for my children. If I had to drop them off at school or daycare and then go to work and then come home and then cook dinner, I commend you people there are people out here who do that. There are people out here with full-time jobs and still make time for recreational activities with their children. You see it all the time. I'm just talking about mentally. I wasn't one of those moms to do that. When I was a single mom with my two, I had my daughter and my nephew. Oh yeah, if y'all gonna help me, if you're gonna come and make this thing a reality, if somebody's gonna help me with all what I got, really, if somebody else, you want to come and do that experiment with children, you can, come take them. Let me get a break. Right now, anything, I'm coming up with all kinds of stuff that we can do together because I'm in a totally different headspace mentally. Right. Let me keep this up for y'all on here on this world, what we're talking about. Because if it ain't about the money, right? Because it's not about the money, but it is about money not being a problem, not being in the way. When you see how many people, those of you who say that, this is a mirror test. This is a conversation. If you say, well, it ain't about the money. Okay. What you do most of your time? Where does most of your time go? I'm going to slow down on pause because if you're tuned in with me today, I want to hear from you. I know that I do have a lot of my business partners with me, but I really want to hear from you who are not, maybe you work, right? What do you spend most of your time doing? If you're one of those people who say it ain't about the money, let's have a conversation. Let us have a conversation. Sister Monica Logan, how are you, sis? Peace. Phenomenal leader, man. I love you, sis. It's so good to see you. Wa alaikum salam, brother Kenny. What's going on? Blockchain bankers, that's what I'm talking about, man. And then IG, I got you folks on here. I can't show y'all comments like that, but thank y'all for tuning in again. But I want y'all to think about this because everybody's obviously not on here live. You might check this out later, but I do want to hear that. I want us to hear our own thoughts about these kinds of things. Put it down so we can make these conversational points. But if you're somebody who says that, I challenge you in a conversation. If it ain't about the money, what are you doing most of your time? And the fact of the matter is, many people are working. Many people who say that it ain't about the money, they get up, go to sleep, plan their life around their job so that it can do what? So they can get some money or a paycheck, right? so they can take care of the things that we have to take care of in life. So you can't say that it's not about the money, while at the same time, the majority of your time, you are spending it giving your life to somebody else. That's not fulfilling your deep desires. That's not tapping into your goals, your dreams, your purpose in life. You were brought here to work for Mickey D's? No. You were brought here to work at Walmart? No. You were brought here to work at some big name bank? No. That's not your purpose in life. Peace and blessings. Wa alaikum salam, everybody. Oh, thank y'all for being here. Y'all feeling what I'm saying? Y'all, I want y'all to know, are y'all feeling what's being said right now in this conversation? Do y'all have conversations now to my business partners? Do y'all have conversations with people about this? What are some of the things that people say as it relates to money? It ain't. I see Sister Saida last, no way to live. That's no way to live. There is a better way. Absolutely. And we're here to save the day and let people know that. Because we have to realize that most of us have been, if you're born here, especially in America, you've been under a certain way of thinking, a certain indoctrination on how you have been trained to so-called think. People in America think that they are free, and they think that they are, operating on their own accord, but in truth, you're not. Because why aren't you pursuing the things that as a child you were interested in, right? Why aren't you living the life that you want to live? Why don't you have luxury? Why don't you have money? Oh, because I don't want it. That's not everything. Okay. We got to bust this kind of stuff up. Because in order to say that I want something, or I need something, or I would like to have more of it, that doesn't equate to it is everything, right? So why do we feel like we have to say that about money? You might say, I want some pizza tonight, right? Somebody, you might say, oh, pizza sounds good. I want some tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. I want some tacos. Just because you said you wanted some tacos or you want some pizza, that doesn't mean that it is everything. It's okay to say, I want some money. Don't get caught slipping now. Don't get caught lying, talking about what you don't want, but you go to work for it because you want it, because you need to use it for the things that you need and want. You use your money right now to, of course, take care of the things that you need, your food, your shelter, your clothing, your water, right? But you also use it for the things that you like. You don't need that cell phone. You don't need internet and cable. You don't need that TV. You don't need them new shoes. You don't need your nails done. You don't need your hair did. You don't need those new earrings, but you want it. You like it. Rightfully so. You can have it. Ain't nobody knocking you for wanting the things that you want. But stop lying when it comes to that money. Now, because when you get down to it, it might be, well, I'm too afraid to go after it in a way that I could really have it in abundance. I don't believe that my hands and my mind and my feet are capable of thinking something and making it happen. See, now now that's a whole nother conversation, dealing with the mindset and belief in yourself that you can accomplish different things. So that'll be another stream. But the things that we should be doing, parents, right? We should be, if we can't be home to give our children, because why? Because the educational system has failed us. It is successful in doing what it is supposed to do, which is to fail us. You understand? The educational system that we use here in America, that free school, ain't nothing free, okay? You paying for it in some kind of way. I don't mean financially. Your children are paying, you and I are paying the cost, the consequences of submitting ourselves to inferior teaching that makes slaves, not real education, but to make a good worker, right? Germany, Prussia, right? I have to get all of the numbers and the facts about how this type of educational system, the kindergarten, the children, to grow them into soldiers. We want to grow them into what we want to make them. That's been adopted over here. Well, we're not necessarily growing soldiers, but we are growing workers. Do as you're told, when you were told, be good about it too. Don't talk back. No fuss. Do what you're supposed to do. In this case, go to school, get indoctrinated, and keep my world going. I need worker bees. I need you over here. I need my factories upkept. I need this system running. I need this system going. I need this oiled. I need this working. Okay? Y'all have to understand these kinds of things. Sister Monica said, we have to be unprogrammed about giving our best tears. Maybe she meant years or both. Hell, most of us give our blood, sweat, and tears, right, to others and keeping the rest. This is what we have to be unprogrammed about. Giving our best to other people. So we get up in the early morning hours, typically most of us, some people have night jobs, but the bulk of the society get up in the morning when you are at your best self, your most creative, your most energetic, your best self, and you give it away to somebody else for a paycheck. Wow, this is so heavy because most of us don't even understand the weight of that, because it's not like the paycheck is giving you the means to do more. Your paycheck is just making you stay afloat, paycheck to paycheck. Why is paycheck to paycheck such a common term? That is a common phrase. You live in paycheck to paycheck pretty much. I might have $100 extra. I might have a little dollars extra. But it's not like it's enough to where it's anything worth talking about, right? Sister Saida said on Instagram, nothing is free. It comes with a price in other ways, more than one that is not beneficial for the masses. I'm not the only one out here talking about that. I thought I was free until I met some people who were really free. Ooh, Brother Kenny, talk about that. Talk about that. Sound like Mr. Ty Best. May Allah be pleased with our brother. People sometimes don't even know. People think they free until they find out what freedom really is. Mr. Ty Best said he thought he was free. And then the dude told him, no. Don't go to work on Monday. Don't go to work on Tuesday. Don't go to work on Wednesday. By Thursday, you'll be free. You might not have no money coming in. But freedom, when you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, with whom you want to do it with. Freedom. We have to be unprogrammed about money. And yes, Brother Kadar, right there. See, that slave mentality. We have been indoctrinated to think a certain way, but again, it's really not thinking. It's just an automatic, people just say automatic things when certain situations, events are brought to their attention. People just say automatically, it ain't about the money. Why did you say that right now? You're being presented with an opportunity to change your life, and you're going to say, it ain't about the money. How is that even a logical response to that? Okay? Because you're doing whatever it is that you're doing right now for the money so you can take care of yourself. Sister, I didn't say, on Thursday, you'll be free. Don't show up to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And by Thursday, you'll be free. Absolutely. So we got to get out of that slave mentality. But if somebody is not there, see, here's the thing. We got to talk about this. When you're trying to free a slave, this is not something that you gently rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. It's time to get free so we won't be stopped. This is not a lullaby. You can't be sung. You don't sing your way to freedom. You don't gently sweet talk your way. No, especially in this day and time. See, when Harriet Tubman was among us, her job was really easier because these folks knew that they were slaves, but you just had the fearful slave. You had the slave that was willing and ready to die for their freedom, but then you had the slave that was too afraid to go after their freedom. She had to take them out. Okay, well, you liability, bro. Hey, you ain't coming. You got to go. Either way, you going with me or you going out. One of the two. But nowadays, the slave mentality, our minds have been shackled, which is causing us to stay inside of this rat race, inside of this cycle, inside of a systematic slaves. And we not, I keep wanting to say think, but we're not thinking, we're just doing, because these pictures have been put in our minds on what we're supposed to do. That's why when people are involved in business, I've been a business owner now for 4 years, and people think that if a business goes out of business, that the business was a scam. I'm just trying to show you how sick people are. I'm just trying to show you how sick people are. When you got on the news, what was the store? Was it Bed Bath and Beyond? Babies R Us, Toys R Us, Kmart, all of these, Sears, all of these businesses that have been around for decades going out of business. You don't hear nobody saying, man, all these stuff all these toys and supplies that I bought from this store, they scammed me. What? That don't even make no damn sense. People sound foolish when they say that about a business going out of business or something happening where that business is no longer able to be in business, right? A business can go out of business and it doesn't equate to it being a scam. But the slave says, oh, see, something happened over there with that business. I'm glad I didn't get involved because something could have happened. Fool, something can happen with your job. Something can happen to you before you get to your job. This slave mentality is so deep that it's going to take, this was my point, that it's going to take people bringing this hardcore truth to your face. Everybody doesn't like the person that's ringing the alarm, because it's time for folks to wake up. If you still are a victim of that slave mentality, that means that you are asleep in a sickly, death-like sleep. And this is not a sleep that I can wake you up. It's time to wake up. Hey, honey, it's time to get up. You're going to be late. Are you waking up? You're going to get up? You want some breakfast? You get... No! Alarm, ring the alarm. Get up, wake up, fool. But if nobody is willing to take the, because when you're an alarm clock, look how the alarm clock gets treated. That alarm clock might get slapped, pulled out of the wall, thrown across the room. I ain't trying to get up. Shut up. I don't want to get up. You hear what I'm saying? Everybody don't like the alarm clock, but the alarm clock is just doing its job. Everybody is not going to be an alarm clock. You might just need, there might be a house full of 9 people. You might just need one alarm clock to wake up 1 or 2 people, and the people can go after and wake everybody else up. You understand what's being said? My gosh, this is deep, because people have to say it. It has to be said. And if you're going to fight us, well, we have to deal with you, because there are people that come up. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like this. Here come Harriet Tubman. Oh, all right, I'm coming. I'm getting ready to help y'all get free. We getting ready to go. And then you got somebody that's trying to go ahead of Harriet to get to the other slaves and feed on the fear of those slaves. No, you don't want to go with her. You know, you might lose a foot. You might get caught. They might take your life. Well, what the hell am I doing otherwise? Right? What am I doing otherwise? Being here? I might get caught, killed here, where I'm at, doing what I'm doing. What kind of life is that? Man, if I can't be free, what I need to live for? Just to say, oh, I get to breathe as a slave. Oh, gotta get back to work. Don't breathe too loud. What is that? So here we are in 2023, where you have people that are so afraid of freedom, so afraid of their former slave masters, so afraid of their government, that they can't even adopt an idea, even look at something coming to free them. People look at freedom and they're afraid of it. So what do? Well, they're going to look for every reason to keep themselves on the path that their slave master put them on. No. The government said a job was good for me. No. The government said a bank account and putting all my money in the bank account was good for me. The government said doing for self is scary, bad, and not really worth it. The government said crypto is bad and a scam, And the government said blockchain technology is useless. Oh, the government has always been my friend. Come on now. Wake up. Where's Maltamaya when you need it? She gonna ring that alarm. But I'm just saying, y'all. We gotta. That's why I still got you up here, Brother Kadar, because that slave mentality, that's deep. I mean, you could write volumes on the things that a slave says, because typically the slave is not saying anything out of their mouth that benefits them. It's all about, this is what master said. 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 That's all you know, is what master said. Is what master said. Is what master said. So if it ain't about the money, why are you doing what you're doing if it ain't about the money? If it ain't about the money, why are you living the life that you're living? Why are your children still getting an inferior education if it ain't about the money? Now, laziness got something to do with it too. You see, some people don't want to do the necessary work that's required to better their children. I'm different. Once I learned about this educational system and what it really was designed to do, I said, oh, my children will never, under no circumstances will my children go to public school. Under no circumstances. See, I had to learn. Now that I know, I have to ring the bell. I didn't have people that was telling me about the educational system when I was growing up, when I was in high school. I had to wait until I came into the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam before I knew. And now that's what they say: when you know better, you do better. I can't help it if you know better and aren't willing to do better. But you're not willing to do better has nothing to do with me, or the fact that you're letting money get in the way, because it does take work. Because when you know better, you see what comes next. Doing better, which means it's an action that takes place after knowledge comes. So some people can sit around all they want and tell you what they know. But what do they really know when they're not doing anything with what they say they know? Again, for y'all jumping on late, Facebook, YouTube, I'm talking to IG over here, so that's why I'm looking over this way. IG, if you're jumping on late, I'm tuning in over here, Facebook and my YouTube, so I got everything working. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to, because if it ain't about the money, what is it about? There's books that I'm, been reading over the last few months, why it's critical for Black families to make money. This was by Survival of the Race, by Mr. Sean J. Harris. The Miseducation of the Negro. Okay, oh my goodness, by Carter Godwin Woodson, right? So y'all, last month, I think I shared with you all, we were reading, what's my brother's name? Boyce Watkins' book, Mr. Boyce Watkins' book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. So these are just things that, all of which is the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad when it comes down to it. How we're supposed to be utilizing monies, how we're supposed to be doing for self, how we're supposed to be uniting, what unity looks like. You don't get to, in this time, in knowing the time, all that stuff matters. You don't get to just say, oh, I'm going to start selling pork. And I'm going to say that this is in the name of doing for self. See, everything needs to be lined up with what it is, right? We need to be knowing what is life and what is death. If you're in a death business, you need to get out of it. Whether you're selling death and poison, whether you're selling drugs, tobacco, all this stuff, whether you're, we need to look at these folks inside of real estate even. I know, taxes even. Y'all ain't read the back page of the Final Call newspaper? You see, Brother Kadar, I still got your comment up here because that was such a slave mentality. This is so heavy. I can't even get off it. I'm trying. But in truth, slave mentality is synonymous or coincides right into with the subject if it ain't about the money, because it is the slave mentality. It is the person who is still shackled in their mind that is refuting anything about money. Why are you arguing with us about money? You either don't know what the assignment is, you either don't know that we're supposed to be doing things, but in order to do things in America, in this world, you got to have some money, honey. All right, so let me just, Brother Kadar, don't come on here getting us started. We already crunk. You know it don't take much. He said, sold our souls at a young age and don't even realize it. I'm not gonna stay there, brother. I'm not gonna stay there, brother. I am not gonna stay there, brother, because let me go back one more time. Sold our souls at a young age and don't even realize it. I got my first job when I was like 14 or 15, 14 or 15. Oh my goodness gracious. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Look at the cash. I was paid under the table. So I had, a couple $100. That was nice. And put this in my little drawer in my room. All right. And so, I was like, oh, this is cool. Exposing me to working. I wasn't even working, doing something that was like preparing me. So you have children that will work in a field of something they want to do, right? I was just working at a restaurant. I had mind you, I wasn't even cooking at home. 14 and 15, 16 or 17 either. I wasn't, I had sisters, my mom cooked. I didn't learn to cook until I moved out. Really, I didn't start cooking meals. I wasn't interested in cooking. It's crazy now. I'm cooking I'm making bread from scratch. That's so crazy. But I digress. But at a young age, I was willing to work, not for myself, not building something, not getting skills, apprenticeship, learning how to become this or whatever so I could do my own thing when I got older. No, just expose me to sell my time. There's summer youth employment. Look at that. Grabbing our babies young. There was an article that just came out a few weeks ago. It reminded me to Sister Saida's point about summer youth employment. They're starting to take like kindergartners to open up like a bank account for kindergartners in the name of helping them get on the right financial path. Boy, these folks is desperate. These folks is desperate because money is being moved out of the banks at record rates, record numbers. More and more people are waking up to the truth. More and more people are waking up to the reality of what blockchain is doing, other investments, what we can be doing besides holding our money in the bank to let them make all the money off of our money in the bank. More and more people are moving the funds. So now that older people taking their money out of 401ks, people are moving. Well, they're going to go after the babies now. Well, come you ignorant parents, come bring your babies, create an account so we can fractional reserve some more off their little deposits that you setting for them so they can have, I don't know, in 30 years, they can have $1 million. Oh my God, the crap that they selling folks and folks still buying it up. I just want y'all to wake up. Okay? I want you, sis, don't get me started about that career day. Man, I went to a career day. This is what you do? What is this? Oh, I can look forward to walking around in heels and a skirt. What is it? It was nice that we could be by our parents, for a day, but it's still, that was just preparation for, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. It wasn't about be around your child. We know you love each other and we know you miss each other and you guys have to do your separate things. So bring them in for a day. No, prep their mind. We need more workers. You understand? We need more workers. Come on now. Ooh, Brother Kadar, we ain't gonna step on too many toes now. It don't take much to ruffle people's feathers, not today. With all this sensitivity talk, you can't say this, because if you say this, you hurt this person, and then you try to say it better for this person, then you offend that person, then you're like, no, I don't mean it at you, but then they offended. You can't. Truth is truth. Hurl it. I got that from Farrakhan, beloved. Okay? People don't know, people don't know. The minister is the lion that wakes up other lions. He don't wake you up so that you can go back and be soft with the truth. Now, if I have said anything that was offensive, if I have said something that was wrong, you see, no, I'm not above. Correct me. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that way. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Somebody got to wake up the slave. If you don't like being called a slave, don't be a slave. I'm not a slave. You can't call me a slave. And if you call me a slave, then you just called me a slave. That's your business. That's between you. I mean, like, what is that? You see? But I'm just saying, folks, there is people out here sleep. There are people out here that don't even know how to think. I was almost going to say think differently, but y'all not even thinking. We have not been thinking because we were not trained, reared, or taught how to think. We have been taught what to do and how to react, how to respond, not how to think. Right? I'm working on something in the background. I don't want to get too into it right now because I'm working on it. It's still in the darkness and it's coming to light. But there are things that are said across this world of social media, and it has inspired me to really get into things that people are saying, things that people are not thinking about. They're just responding because they are a bought tool from their enemy. And a bought tool only does what the tool was bought to do. You buy a hammer doesn't light up a dark area, a dark space. A hammer hammers. That's what a hammer does. You can't buy a hammer and expect it to take you from point A to point B. It is not a vehicle. It is a tool used to get something inside of something forcefully. A nail, right? Or to pull out a nail. It had the basic functions, but that's what the tool is for. So, family, we got stuff working on. We got things that we working on. If it ain't about the money, what is it about? And in truth, it is not about the money, but it is about it not being about the money. Because when you can say that you can see, if you say that you're a seer, if you're some kind of conscious, if you're some kind of woke, if you're some kind of righteous, if you can see the problems that are faced in your household, damn the whole world. I just said your household. And you can't solve problems in your household because 9 out of 10, it's going to require some money. And you find yourself saying that it ain't about the money. Something is wrong with that picture. Because if you see problems that money could help to solve, and you don't have the money to solve it, but you can fix your mouth to say that it ain't about the money, honey. And you got a job too on top of that. These are clear signs that something is locked up in there. And you may not want to be called a slave. I understand not wanting to be called a slave. I'm not a slave. I'm free. But your actions really dictate that. Anybody can say anything. I'm a bird. I can say that. I'm not a bird though. But if I'm delusional enough to say it, well, that's showing, okay, something's wrong up in there. This person thinks that they're a bird. They're claiming it. They're professing it. They are walking. They have no wings. They don't fly nor squawk. I don't see a beak. Okay. They're human and they think that they're a bird. Something is wrong with that picture. So if you're in the condition that you're in, if your family's in the condition that your family's in, if your community's in the condition that your community's in, and you can't do anything about it because you don't have the resources, but you say that it ain't about the money, honey, something is wrong. Okay? So that's all I really wanted to say. Okay? These kinds of conversations, I love them. I don't mind controversy because it is through the controversy that we come out with a better product, that we come out with a better end result, with a better picture, with a better human, with a better world. But if somebody is too afraid to deal with some of the things that are said, you know, we need more fearless people who are not afraid to put truth out there, even if the ignorance or the foolish or the sensitive are going to come out and attack them. That's okay. That is okay. That's something that I'm willing to put myself out there because it's bigger than me. I'm a mortal. I am here now. In 1,000 years from now, I won't be here. I might be here in 100 years, and I might be here in 200 years. Why? Because how to eat to live is the way to prolong your life. And I have some orders that I'm shipping out, God willing, this week. And so you too can get your copy of How to Eat to Live. I didn't bring the books over here to show you, but you have to think about this. People live long times. If they have a track record of, like, it's in the data, you can Google this. Like, people lived for a certain amount of time, and then now they're tracking to see what is the average lifespan of people. But then they even have it broken up to like race, and gender, white males, white women, the black man, and also in regions, like in parts of the world, in America, and then you have other countries. So if this is a study, why do some people live longer than others? What is in some people's diet that is not in others, right? And when you look at these things, so How to Eat to Live gives us that science on the best foods that we can eat to sustain our lives. That's the thing. That is the thing. A lot of us, me and our organization, the people that we are around, we are building massive wealth, right? And while I am young, there are people who are older than me. And even though I am young, I still intend to be here for a very long time. There are people who want to be able to experience the wealth that they are now accumulating. So in order to do that, you have to change your eating habits. Cancer was not here. Did anybody read cancer in scripture? Was cancer a thing? I don't think, no, I don't recall reading so and so died of diabetes in the what do you call it? Where was Adam and Eve at? In the garden. With all the fruits that they had. I don't remember somebody saying my sugar levels is too high. I don't remember reading that. I don't remember anybody reading about so and so died because that cancer got them. You know, the bone cancer and the skin cancer and the teeth cancer and the eyeball cancer and the neck cancer. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Sister Andrea, she said, thank you for my book. Praise be to Allah. It has been life-changing. I am so happy to hear that. I love it, sis. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Blockchain Banker said, can't be no punk and follow Farrakhan. Brother Kenny, don't make me ask you, man, I'm about to schedule a live with you, bro. Yeah, absolutely. You can't be no punk and follow Farrakhan. He don't make punks. Okay, Muhammad don't make nothing weak. So thank you for that. And then that's what it was, the Garden of Eden. That's what I was looking for. Thank you so much, sis. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Brother Kevin. But that's what I'm saying. So if you want to put that knowledge, because knowledge makes you what? Knowing and doing, they go together. So right now, most of us, we just eat because we don't have any knowledge of like a direct correlation between our health and eating, other than, well, if I eat a lot of junk, maybe I'll get fat or something like that. But we're not considering the intentional poisons that's being scientifically put inside of these foods that are actually causing cancer. This cancer and AIDS. These are things that were created in a laboratory and then injected in you directly or in your food. You see, this is all a science. It is not magic hocus pocus. Somebody is actually doing these things, but there is a way for you to combat it. And the best thing for you, the absolute best food for you, is this thing right here that we opened up this live stream with. This little navy bean that my 3-year-old is growing. This navy bean, it actually fights cancer. It's a powerful little bean. The best thing for you, full of protein, starches, everything that you would need in a meal in that bean. And then you pair it with your onions. So bean soup, this is a staple food in our household. We have bean soup every single week, daily. It's a rare occasion if we don't have bean soup. Okay. So you have your navy bean, powerful protein packed nutrient, cancer fighting bean by itself. And then in your soup, you add your onions, and garlic. And onions helps with the purification of your blood. Garlic is an antioxidant. These are things that are good for your blood, good for your cells. You are made up of the earth, okay? So I don't want to make this that, but a lot of times people eat cheap because they say it ain't about the money, but they eating cheap. Okay? Stop eating cheap. The navy bean is inexpensive, but when I say cheap, I don't just mean cost, I mean time. Right? So there's some preparation that goes in with making your bean soup. You know, if we eat at 5 o'clock, I can't get bean soup ready in 30 minutes. I can't start cooking dinner at 4:30 if we're going to eat at 5 o'clock with no navy beans. Unless your sister Colette on here and all of her Canon students. Now you can, okay, you can if you can. Absolutely. But I just want to put this in perspective that family, you know, all jokes aside, it is not about the money. Over here in our household, okay, Fard Money Network, we are new millennium bankers, and we don't get up in the morning for money. We get up to give glory to the God who gave us the life that we have. And in so doing, we are going after the many different things that we are here to go after and to own and to have in the name of freedom, justice, and equality for all who will have it, because the war of Armageddon has begun. So I'm going to stop there. I am going to stop there. It ain't about the money, family. So get money out of the way so that we can live a better, much better, productive, and healthier life. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, I just posted where you can connect with us and join on to Project Exodus 10,000, how you can join this money movement of independence for us as a people, uniting us as a people. Hopefully they're not going to take this video down, you see, because now I'm talking about the unity, and that's their biggest fear. That we let all of these names and titles and ignorant things keep us divided from one another. That's their biggest fear, that we decide to say, man, to hell with all that. We have one common enemy. I don't care if you call yourself an Israelite, a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, a this or a that. I said I'm wrapping it up, and I am. Connect, unite. Text 10K to 813-531-5776. Text 10K to 813-531-5776. Instagram, I don't have it running down here, but y'all can get me on, Instagram, our YouTube channel, Fard Money. And that's it for real. So with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Today is Wednesday. So tomorrow, Thursday, we will have a live Project Exodus event on Zoom. Okay, fardmoney.com, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and that would make it Thursday, October 5th. Okay, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a wonderful, powerful, productive, life-full, busy day. Assalamu alaikum.